Hi boys and girls. I'm back and now we're thinking about, after we've discussed and thought about our character coming alive and really getting to know that main character and adding some of our other characters, we are going to start today drafting our story. So we've done a lot of pre-writing and getting to know the characters, what problem we might want, where the setting's at, and we're going to draft our story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Now, I've given you two documents that can possibly help you with this. One is a story arc like you see right here. That one you can print out or you can draw. I just drew mine on this handy dandy easel that I love so much. Or I also gave you an easier option, not as much detail, but it can also help you get started, which is the story elements. This one is just character, setting, problem, solution. Now, why I like the story arc is because for this realistic fiction, it starts out really describing and getting to know the characters and the settings, and then you introduce the problem. And the problem is, for me, Penelope is she's gonna realize snowboarding is a lot harder than what she thought it was gonna be. And it takes a lot of time. So as that problem gets worse, she flips out of the tow rope. It is not good for Penelope. And then it gets even worse. The day's like 4 hours later and she still isn't making it down the bunny hill herself. And then she decides 5 hours later, after lunch, after dinner, to go back out there again, and it's still bad. And now the bunny hill is a sheet of ice. So every single time she falls, it bruises her knees and her butt more and more. And then as the night goes on, she decides, you know what, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna take a nap and go to bed, and in the morning, it's gonna be a new day. And so that's when her problem starts to solve, when she realizes, you know what, I need to go home and sleep, and hopefully I'll start to feel better. And then the ending is when the problem is solved and she hopefully finally can be a snowboarder and graduate to the next hill where she can actually ride a chairlift and head up the slope. So I'm not gonna sit here and do the entire story arc with you, but I am going to get started so you see what we need to do in each of the boxes. I want you to write 1 or 2 sentences in each box. You're gonna have to kind of write small. Or it doesn't have to be full sentences. You can maybe just write your ideas out. So if I am going to introduce my characters, the first and second paragraph are going to be our characters and our setting in detail that your writer can see it. It's just like a movie. We're going to really visualize. So in my visualizing my setting, I'm going to have it at home and at the ski resort. Okay, so I'm going to introduce to you Penelope, and things I want you to know about Penelope is that she's 12. So I'm not even writing a sentence. Penelope's 12 years old. She's kind of a tomboy. She loves to win. And remember, she's kind of a perfectionist. She likes everything perfect. And in school, she likes everything perfect. At sports, she likes everything perfect. Like, she wants to always be the best that she can be, the best version of herself, which isn't always perfection. But in her mind, as a 12-year-old, she thinks she needs to be perfect. And she has a brother and a sister. I think that's important, and we can tell a little bit about brother and sister in that paragraph also. And her dad, mom, and her grandpa, who was an amazing snowboarder who helps out in the end. Okay, so this is all about my characters. So that's one paragraph. I'm also going to tell you about, now I wish I had my other marker that's skinny. I'm going to also tell you about the setting. And in the setting, she's going to be on the bunny hill. some people that are reading a realistic fiction, if you're not used to snowboarding or skiing, you might not know, but the bunny hill is a hill that isn't so much of a hill. Speaking of landforms, it's pretty flat. I mean, not flat. It still has a little slope, but you don't go fast. It has a tow rope, which is a rope that you hang on to, and it pulls you up to the top of the bunny hill. It's definitely going to be a snowy day in my setting, but Penelope loves the sun, so we're going to have the sun come out. Maybe that'll be part of her. And it's going to be cold. I'm trying to think of another setting. We're going to say that when they go home, that's at Grandma and Grandpa's house. So I'm put G and G's house. That's where they go to eat lunch in between, to go to bed. And so then that would be a whole nother paragraph. So we have the characters, we're introducing them, and then we have the setting. Now I'm gonna go up and I'm going to introduce the problem. Now, what did I say the problem was gonna be? That Penelope realizes snowboarding isn't that easy. So to start, Penelope gets to the bunny hill. And tries to walk in her snowboard. Now you can give me a thumbs up if you're sitting here watching and laughing, because a skier has 2 feet that are different. They're not connected, right? You have a ski on each foot. But as a snowboarder, you have both feet in the snowboard. So you have 1 foot locked in and the other foot you're trying to walk with the snowboard hanging on. I'm gonna tell you, I think that was Penelope's first problem. She was trying to walk while she was in her snowboard to try to get to the tow rope. And that was a struggle. And so then her dad decided to pull her to the tow rope. But don't worry, it wasn't that easy on the tow rope either. So then to add more details, she hangs onto the tow rope with both hands. Her feet are in her snowboard and she grabs it fast and boom, 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 boom. She goes rolling under the tow rope. And that was her first fall of the day. So as I keep going, tomorrow you'll see this all filled out and we will have some time to draft. I can't wait to hear your stories. Don't forget, you can Flipgrid me or you can meet me in Google Meet and share some of your ideas. I'm sure Millie will be sitting on my lap. Bye.